I have collected some videos that you have spoke about your father. Let's have a look at it.
My father, a physician, had a scientific outlook, but was very domineering. He did not allow me the freedom to play, to go outside whenever I want, to meet friends, to go to the cinema or theater, or to read any book that was not in a syllabus. He wanted me to earn a medical degree so he could say that one of his children followed his path. On the one hand, he wanted me to be independent, but on the other hand, he wanted to find a good match for me, inasmuch as educated men often desire an educated wife. As I grew up, I kept observing the condition of women in our society. My mother, for example, was a perfect example of a woman oppressed. She had been given into marriage when she was a child. She was a good student in school, but she was not allowed to continue her studies. My grandfather and my father did not want her to study, for what they wanted was for her to be a good housewife, a good mother, a good caretaker.
I have also collected some extract from your site, where you have mentioned how your father made your mother's and your life miserable. Your mother was unhappy from the first day of her marriage, and was never loved or respected by her husband. Your father was promiscuous, and had affairs with other women.
She suffered all her life. She was never happy.
You also mentioned that you could not respect your father, as he is being such a cruel and brutal person. Throughout your life, he beat you.
Yes, even when I was 30 years old. He loved to beat children, his theory being that, unless children were beaten, they would become spoiled.
Taslima, I also have collected an extract from the article, Happy Teacher's Day, Papa, which you have published in your blog, on September 6, 2012. Let me read it aloud. All my father wanted for me was to be an educated and enlightened person. My father was a professor at the medical college, where I studied medicine. He was my teacher. Without my father, I know very well that it would have been impossible for me to be the person I am today. He taught me to live without fear and walk with head held high. When my father fell ill, I begged, pleaded, and cried to be allowed to see him in his last days. The government of Bangladesh refused to permit me entry. My father died. I am shedding tears for him today. In gratitude, I bow my head today. Did you wrote that article?
Yes, I might have wrote this.
Tell us the truth. Yes or no?
Yes, I did. So what?
Is this the same father you were talking about?
Yes, what's your point?
Is this the same person who didn't let give you the freedom to do anything fun, who beat you, oppressed your mother, had affairs? You also said you could not respect your father's being such a cruel and brutal person. Then, how come you praised your father in this article? You also mentioned that it would have been impossible for you to be the person as you are today. You bowed your head in gratitude to the same cruel and brutal person. Isn't this contradictory? What do you have to say for yourself?
Look, I made the West Side long ago.
But the fact didn't change, and it was you on that video. How can we believe such a person, who contradicts her own self, who changes her word, respects a man, who oppresses women, and then says that she will uplift women from evil forces?
I meant, I
got your answer.
I